Good morning. I would like to thank the organizers of this event for inviting One Roof to make a presentation. Actually, the CEO of One Roof, who's based in San Francisco, was supposed to be here. Unfortunately, due to last-minute program change, he could not be here, and I got the task of presenting about this organization and the work it does, and to also share some of the experiences that we have had in public access computing. And this experience is not just from India, but also from around the world. I know this eIndia event has been going on for quite a few years, and one of the hottest topic I would say that has been in grounds is the sustainability of the telecenters. And we as an organization actually started setting up telecenters in the developing world, including India, Mexico, Brazil. And our experience has again been the same. How to sustain these telecenters. We've had all kinds of social, economic, and different kinds of challenges, technological challenges as well. But one thing that we have found out is, over the years, through our hands-on experience, is the lack of knowledge or information that was coming out of the telecenters. We really did not know what people wanted or what people were actually using the computers for, what were they accessing the internet for. So we wanted all those kinds of information. And as a result, a year ago, we started to put together a software as a service product called the One Roof Reports. It's basically a management information and reporting system, which can be deployed in any kind of center, telecenters, cyber cafes, schools, training centers, wherever you have public access computers, to monitor and learn what is going on, wherein the information gathered will help us to sustain the telecenter model. And the main idea is to, I think social sustainability, technological as well as economic sustainability of the telecenters is very, very important. I think it is all interconnected. So in order to help telecenters maximize their sustainability as well as profits, we had come out with reports, live reports that anyone sitting anywhere can access. And using this reports, they can also know what their employees are doing, strengthen community security, and also in countries like India, we always have some kind of cyber threats coming on the face of terror. So we also have, some kind of protection on the software where public could freely access at the same time, in the interest of the security of the citizens, we are complying with the local laws as well. And most importantly, we can measure social impacts, I think, which is very, very crucial for the sustainability of the telecenters. So basically the way we have implemented it now, we have implemented it in about a few countries already in the world, and it does not involve any upfront purchase of license or investment. Basically any telecenter that is already up and running can use this software, and they just have to pay a modest monthly fee for using the software on a monthly basis. And all updates and training and support would be given. And the way the model works is that there is a main control station to which about 4 public access computers are connected. And basically anybody who accesses a public access computer goes through the main control system. So in a way you have some control mechanism, monitoring mechanism, as well as knowing what the people are accessing these computers for. So you can learn from that. And this is how the model is set up. There's a picture there. And basically what we give to telecenters is a suite of 6 software products that would help them to manage their cyber cafe better. And they can record all their daily transactions, and they can view the reports on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So this is how the screen looks on a main control station, on a main computer. So it's basically, you can also think of it as a cyber cafe management software as well as a billing software. And on the front you can see that basically any product that the center is selling, any service that is being offered to the public can go through the main control system. And in India, we have to comply with certain laws, anti-terrorism laws, for which we have a page wherein a person's photo can be captured and his details can be captured, and that has to be mandatorily recorded to prevent any untoward incidents. So that facility has also been created in the software. So these are the some of the features that we give, as a suite to any telecenter, point of sale system, and remote controlling ability, and protection of the client systems. Because I remember the earlier session somebody was telling that sometimes we're not able to give the services to the people because there was always a constant breakdown of software or hardware. So using remote technology, we can give them support sitting wherever in the world. And we give, you can see the list, we can give all those kind of solutions as well to manage their, telecenter better. So these are basically easy to read and graphical, and it is accessible via the web. And most importantly, I think which this presentation does not include, it comes in different languages, international languages as well as Indian languages like Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil. So every, basically this is a tool for the telecenter owner or the operator to understand what is happening in their center, and also for organizations that are setting up network of telecenters to know what is happening, including government, NGOs, or school systems to know what's happening in their telecenter environment. So every user is given a logon through which it's a unique logon, no one else can access their view. So they get a unique logon to get into the report. And basically they get a master category report and a subcategory and a product level report. So, I mean, if we generally, when we say telecenters are mostly used for accessing internet. And, kids come to even play games to learn computers better. And we in our own centers run some of the NASCOM educational content. And to know what they are doing, we can go to a micro level and understand the usage, the number of hours a kid spent on each of those programs, and whether they're progressing to the next level, and whether there has really been an impact in terms of education on these children who are accessing the computers. So the reports give you that ability, and this is just another example. And also in terms of utilization, in a number of telecenters we have found out that the evening hours are pretty busy, but in the morning hours the computers are idle. So through this we can know which are the peak time and non-peak time, so that during the non-peak time we can actually encourage other players like women in the community and older people in the community to come and access computers, so they can also learn and use technology for their own social and economic benefit. So this will give you the ability to know which are the peak time and the non-peak time in a telecenter. And you can also monitor the daily foot traffic in terms of how many people are coming into your center and what are the services that you're using. We can actually record foot traffic. The opening and the closing is very crucial to calculate the profitability of the center. So this will also help you to determine, whether your center should be open from, maybe 24 hours or 12 hours or 8 hours in a day or 5 hours in a day. So this graphical representation actually compares the opening and closing times and the revenues that were made during different times of the day. And this will help you to make better decisions about, the center timings and what services go better at what time. So you can organize your resources in a much better manner. And we also use another tool for recording your expenses as well, so you can actually calculate the profitability of your center. And it's a very basic accounting page where they can put in all their expenses and and they can compare it with their income and see whether they've made a loss or a profit. So yeah, the next one. So as I said, in India we really have a challenge through cybercrimes, and the software has the ability to capture information in terms of what programs were accessed by your user, and whether they used the word program or a games program or they accessed the internet. So the software captures even such information. And this is not for public view. It's only given to the law enforcement authorities. So even if I wanted to see what is happening in a telecenter, even I will not be able to view. This is only given to government authorities. in case of an incident, they can go easily track what has happened in a particular telecenter. And this is of late, become a problem in India. Almost in every other state in India, there is an issue coming up in public access computing where some antisocial element uses the computer to, create some mischief. And this is just to protect the telecenter owner, and he should not be caught in this. So this is basically again about the compliance part. And I think this is what is very interesting and important for any telecenter is to use the telecenter as a platform for gathering data and doing surveys and marketing studies. So every telecenter on their public access computer can have a similar screen where they can take a survey of the public who come into the telecenter about their health, whether they got their vaccinations done. Now we have the issue of swine flu in India. So we want to know whether anybody has recently traveled and has been infected. And we can do such surveys on the computer, and those data can be collected and can be used by policymakers, government authorities, NGOs, and even the telecenter owners themselves. And we also want to give more revenue to the telecenters because I think given all the other kinds of services that they do, we think one important service that we can also give them is some kind of advertising. We have just done a sample here, but we are going to concentrate more on local advertising. Because I think if it is an advertisement relevant to an urban audience, it's going to be of no use to a rural audience. So we're looking at a rural-based advertising, wherein people in the community can advertise maybe selling of a cow, using the telecenter, and people can just know that information and and buy a cow. And in this process, the telecenter owner earns a modest fee for posting the advertisement, and also for the view that it gets from other public as well.